Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. And I'm your host, Nile Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here it's not just about fixing cars, it's about keeping you rolling and saving you money, giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises to the what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, not too far if you're driving, and join the crew this morning because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, and a few good laughs. And I'm Motormouth Jenkins. We're shifting into drive this morning, so hang on to your hats if you got one. You know, is it just me that these knitted hats don't stay on your melon? You know, like they either creep down on you till you can't see at the front, and you're right in the middle of doing stuff, you know, like shoveling snow, or you're on the back end of the snowblower. But, you know, I'm getting wood out of the wood pile, and the hat's popping up. My ears are uncovered. I pull it down, and then it slides off at the back. It's like, what? What the heck? You pull a knitted hat on your head. Should it not, when you kind of pull it down, lock it in, stay there? And I have like a stack of outdoor winter hats because I go through, they just get filthy. So, you know, and let's not open that. But anyhow, so I have a change up. But they all fit the same way. I'm thinking, is my melon deformed or something? It's one size fits all? No, it's not working out. Anyways, before I digress, I just thought I'd put that out there. It's kind of irritating me a little bit. I got all these hats, and not one stays in place. Like, what do you got to have a head that's shaped like a, you know, an orange cone? Yeah, we were responsible for that. You know, remember when they used to put Ronald McDonald outside at the big golden Archies? We would go through a construction place and find one of those big orange cones, go through the drive-through, and somebody would jump out of the car and jam the cone on the top of Ronald McDonald's head. Yeah, that was us. We did that. All right. I hope you had a great weekend. And we've got Family Day coming up a week from today. So something to look forward to. Plan some things with the kids, the older kids as well. Keep them busy. Noodle art is good. Snowman making going to be a little tough. The snow's squeaky and that. Yeah, so you're going to have to be creative. Maybe, you know, some paper mache. Make a volcano in the kitchen and let her rip, and then spend, 2 days cleaning up the mess. Anyhow, thanks for letting me into your vehicle this morning if you're driving, and you're welcome to come into the Car Connection workshop. We love our first-time listeners. We're only about a week out from celebrating moving on to season 2, which means we will have 100 of these podcasts in our iHeartRadio platform, and we are available on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, and all the podcast platforms. So wherever you pull your podcast from, type Car Connection Workshop, and you'll find us. If you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, we're on the back door celebrating 200 teaching videos on our YouTube channel, where you will always learn 5 things: what it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and what you could have learned as some of the basic automotive ownership fundamentals to prevent that stuff from happening. And the whole idea and aspect of everything I've been doing just wrapped up 31 years of our program, our live call-in automotive program called Car Connection on several networks. And it was time to move on. Let's go digital. Let's reach more people instead of being trapped in little circles where there's a possibility there might be someone tuned in to your program. Well, now we have north, south, east, and west, 360 degrees, 180 for those those people that believe that the earth is flat. Okay? Each to his own, right? Anyhow, how do you get to the other side? That's my question. Like when you get to the edge and, where you need to go is on the underneath. How do you get there? Yeah, just asking. Just a, general question. Anyhows, let's keep it rolling this morning. We're going to be talking about, I know, here it comes, brothers and sisters, do-it-yourselfers. DIY repairs that save you money and other ones that destroy your freaking vehicle. And I have seen some stuff. Let me tell you, this past summer, egads, man. And there's been times where I just open the hood and go, not today, cowboy, not today. So if you're just scooting through the drive-thru, double check your order, lock it down in that cup holder, hand over the 16-pack Crayola crayons to your sidekick there, your co-pilot, and give them the leaf bag laptop to take notes on, right? They fold up perfectly. Ever notice that? Yeah, the bundle, just slip it right out of the bundle the way it is, flip it over, instant memo pad. Yeah, and there's nothing going to pop up on the screen that you no longer have, you're no longer going to be receiving any more emails unless you buy more storage on the cloud. Really? Get lost. It's all one word. All right, forecast this morning. Heading into a brand new work week. Make it a great day. Make it a great Monday. Yeah. I remember the song that came out, I Don't Like Mondays. I got past that. It was my psychological teacher said, you got to get past that, bro. Yeah. Make every day a great day. I know what the song was all about, so you don't have to send me any hate mail or anything. I'm on that. I am actually a musician, so yeah. I know what that's all about. Here we go. Forecast today. Precipitation. I know they're gonna lie to us because I have been on the snowblower and putting on the banjo yesterday afternoon. Another 3-4 hours to finish tidying up and get things ready for the next blast, which is coming tomorrow, Tuesday. Yeah. Even though the lake is frozen and we are on the south shores of Lake Erie, it has been snowing pretty much every single day here. Yeah. You're saying, well, we didn't get anything. Well, if I have a big enough fan, I would be happy to send you, a streamer. Yeah, no problem. Puts down about 2 or 3 inches of fresh snow in literally 20 minutes to half an hour. So anyways, you're welcome to have some. Just let me know. Shoot me an email. And remember, everything we talk about on our YouTube channel, and actually Mondays, that's when we shoot fresh videos. We've got a bunch in the library. We'll be uploading some more this week, 2 for Tuesday, 1 for Friday. And I'll tell you, you can go all the way back to the beginning of our channel and learn so much of the basics. Fluids, where are they? What do they look like? How do we test them? Batteries. How do you know you got a bad battery? Bad battery. How do you know it's going to go south on you? Antifreeze. What are we looking for? How do we test it? How do we know it's really, really good or really, really bad, but it looks really good? All those things you will learn on our YouTube channel. You go all the way back to the beginning. And we've been working on this cute little 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler that was sent up to us from Niagara Lake from a truck wrecking yard where everything's behemoths in there. This thing's arrived. It is now inches away from being completely drivable. There's a couple of more services to do, but we got to move it over to the lift to take the lower belly pan off to get gravel and mud and everything that's all trapped in around the transmission and do a transmission transfer case service. But you can watch this 97 Jeep TJ that we rescued from the crusher just go through all the maintenance neglect that put it there. That's all. That's the whole reason why it was there, was whoever owned it was a maintenance neglector. Don't fix stuff. Don't do nothing. Just put gas in, turn the key, and hope it starts and we got a good day and just, drive it like you stole it. So anyways, so exciting to see it come back to life. And at the very end of that series, we will show you how much it cost all in to bring that little Jeep back to life. You are going to be absolutely shocked, because even some of my friends are saying, Motormouth, you're spending a ton of money on that thing. And I scratch my head and I go, how the stink do they know that? How do they know that? It's not possible to know that, because I'm the only one who has the folder that everything's logged in. And I'm the one that knows where we got free stuff, if I was willing to go get it, take the parts off, where we got most of the stuff, that the guys there were fantastic at letting me take whatever I wanted off of this 06, last year, the Jeep TJ Wrangler, and it was from Texas. I should have bought the whole thing, and they would have let me take it. But they say, whatever you want, Motormouth, you take it off, it's this much. And I go, really? Yeah, you don't want the interior? If you're willing to take it all out, it's all going to go in the scrap anyway. Nobody comes in here for that stuff. And I go, mine. So anyhows, I don't want to get too far behind, but let's get in the weekend weather, have our swiggy together. So get your morning beverage ready and prepared. If you're heading out on the road, heading to work, please drive safe and sane. Drive sanely, okay? You're saving your vehicle. Just remember that. Every time you drive your vehicle normally and stick, maybe 5 or 10 over the limit, and I'm not saying that's right to do, because the sign is not a suggested retail price for driving. It's not. It's not suggested. So I do, 5-8 kilometers over, and I save a ton of money on fuel, and my vehicles last forever. Money in the pocket. We're going to teach you that. Today, we can expect -7. And now, right now, as we're speaking, and partly cloudy. Wind is making it feel colder, about -8. Cloudy conditions expected around 6 a.m. And today's temperature range is from -9 to 21 degrees. And it feels like -10 to 22. I've been out there this morning already. And yes, you're saying, well, if this program launches at 8, how can it be 6? I get up at 4 a.m. to do this program for you, Monday through Saturday, and I enjoy sharing my 44 years. I think it's actually more than that. I'm cutting it short. Years in the automotive world. My license for my 310S is my light truck passenger vehicle license. My 310T is I've worked for Peterbilt, Ontario. I've worked for Mack Trucks of Canada. I've worked on equipment and farm equipment, all that stuff, and had some great experiences. I've even worked on boats and rebuilding motors and stuff. So I've had a lot of experience and learned a lot of things, and I can share that with you. And I spent 4 years as a mole in a dealership on purpose after I closed my shop, because I really wanted to know what goes on behind the curtain. And I'll tell you, I learned a lot, and I will share all that with you. There's things that I cannot share. Otherwise, somebody is probably going to send me something nasty and not nice. So there's things that I cannot share that I know behind the curtains of a dealership and how it works and the politics and all that stuff. And let's just leave that right where it is, okay? So we're going to be talking about DIY auto repairs. There's stuff that you can do yourself that will save you money, and there's other things that you just should not consider touching. Ever. Not today, not tomorrow, and not even next week. Yeah, because you're going to get yourself in big trouble. Everything we talk about on our YouTube channel and here on our podcast, on all platforms everywhere around the world, that is our biggest drawer in our toolbox. So we have everything we need and everything available to you at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com on our home page. On the home page, when you get there, and I include this in every description on our YouTube videos and also on the podcast. So if you can't write it down for whatever reason, it's okay. Don't put yourself upside down in the rhubarb patch in the snow this morning because you want to write it down. You can grab this program, any one of our almost 100. Today is Series 1, Episode 82, and we're getting ready to kick off Season 2, Episode 101. Coming up, celebrating already 100 podcasts. And on radio, I would do 52 shows, maybe 50 because I'd take a couple of weeks off to just go and relax at my brother-in-law's beautiful cottage up there. Very rustic, quiet, and just kind of be. You know what I'm saying? Just be. So thank you to Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road in Niagara Falls for helping us to build Canada since 1931 with building supplies, landscaping, hardscape materials that will help you to create that beautiful backyard oasis. And now is the time. I just heard a major landscaping company that does snow removal in the winter, firewood, the whole 9 yards. They're saying, get on our radar right now. Get a booking because spots are already, people are calling in and going, you got to get here this year. We need that backyard oasis, blah, 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 blah. You want to do that right now. So connect with Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, simply by going to our homepage. This is where I was going. All our program partners that make this podcast and our YouTube channel available to you are on the homepage of our website. Look for their logo, click, it'll open the profile. All the profile pages are set up exactly the same, like every McDonald's, no matter where you go. Washrooms are on the right as you go through the door. That's just the way it is. We've set it up to keep it simple. In the top right-hand corner of our homepage, you'll see all the links available to you so that you can follow, be part of our community, like, share, ring the notification bell. And if you have subscribed to our YouTube channel, would you do this? Just go in and check your subscription, that it's still active. Because I'm only seeing, out of all the subscribers that we have, about 47% are actually subscribed. Would you do that for me? Because that is huge to the growth of the channel so that we can do bigger and better things. I want to get to the point where we can give away a muscle car every single year. And we have the first one in the gate. As soon as we have our channel big enough and monetized, we can build it, and then you can buy a ticket to win it. Buy some merchandise, get a ticket to win it. And proceeds going to nonprofit faith-based organizations that are working in our community in the Niagara region. So let's say thank you to Niagara Block for making that possible. Get on the radar. They can suggest contractors. They know everyone in the Niagara region who you can count on to get the job started, quote it correctly, help you select materials at Niagara Block. They have all that for you to help you design your backyard space, put it together with some just gorgeous, outstanding materials that will make that backyard space absolutely sing. You will not want to leave it. 905-356-2221. All the information for every one of our program partners is all there for you, just a click away. So top right-hand corner, click, subscribe. We have Facebook, Instagram. Skippy's puts reels up there that make you laugh and bloopers and outtakes that you won't see anywhere else. We're on Stevensville on the web.ca. Click on the businesses tab. My parents lived there for almost 40 years and gotten to know a lot of the businesses there in the community. And Skippy developed that website, and this is where I love it. She's developed it to pull the businesses together, family-owned and operated businesses, and the community together, a place to meet and connect. And I love that. That's what Car Connection has been about for 32 years now, is connecting people to fantastic businesses. Also, our iHeart logo is there, so click on that. It's a link. Our store is there. You can buy some Car Connection Motormouth merch, be part of our crew. Proceeds going to help those struggling with addictions get to a total freedom addiction campus in Canada and the U.S. because there is a new life waiting for them there when they make that decision. So check that out. Total Freedom, Darien Center, New York. Total Freedom, Sydney, Manitoba. It's an alternative addictions campus, bringing healing, restoration to individuals and families enslaved by cycles of addiction and destructive behaviors. And I was in a relationship like that, and it was a very rough 4 years, and it had to come to an end because of that. If you're not willing to deal with your addiction, they lash out, and it gets ugly. And we can't fix that, but we can at least do something to help those who are stuck in an addiction when they make that decision. Today's the day. I'll eat lima beans for a whole year. You tell me what I need to do. I want to get free of that addiction. So we have that help. And help us work together to do that by, have you ordered your very own Car Connection limited edition coffee mug yet? No? Well, it's up there. We've added it. After 31 years on radio, we now officially have our very own Car Connection coffee mug. Now, it may not necessarily have to be a coffee mug. Okay, tea drinkers, take it easy. It's all right. Latte people, lattes, it's all good. Chai tea lovers, the whole package. Hot cocoa. It's a mug. Let's just call it that. Okay, I'm stepping away. All right, let's kick off our morning and get right into our topic because it is a heavy one. It really is. And I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice to the do-it-yourselfers. I promised myself this morning I'm not going to beat on you too much like a bad donkey. So grab your favorite morning beverage. Keep an eye on the road if you're driving. All right, don't spill it because that's just a disaster for cleanup. Yeah. So on 3, 2, 1. We have a swiggy together. Are you ready? All right. I heard someone say I'm ready. 3, 2, 1. That's working. I'm liking that. Very good. All right. Let's move on this morning. So thank you. I know that was a little bit of a longer plug, but you know what's important is to work together to help others. And when we take the eyes off ourselves and put them on someone else, great things happen. That's what it's all about. If it's all about you, then you know what? There's nothing we can do to help you because it's all about you. Yeah, when we get our own planet, then we can not invite you to any backyard parties or anything. But we don't have that yet. So we have to share. We have to share what we do. Well, here's what I want to say right out of the gate on this topic. DIY repairs that save money and ones that destroy cars. And I've seen it both directions where it can be a good thing. And on the other side of it, it can be ugly. Ugly times ugly is just equals more ugly. Is first and foremost, know your limitations. Whatever age group you are, color, size, whatever. Our YouTube channel will teach you all the basics. You'll get to learn your automobile front, back, sideways. So north, south, east, and west. All the basics. The basics on an automobile 25 years ago to today have never changed. How those accessories are activated is what has changed. We've gone from analog to digital and beyond. We are beyond. And it can be very intimidating. But you also have to understand the new breed of animal we have today in automobiles. There's more wiring on our automobiles today than what powers the space shuttle. And you can fact check me on that if you like. It's crazy. And it's electronics. And they're fussy. And we have road salt, and we have corrosion, and all those things that electronics do not like. But the basics have never changed. How you work the heater system, it still has defrost, center dash, and feet. 3 vent positions. it still has fan speed 1, 2, 3, or 4. You can still set bi-level. So, in today's vehicles, you can set the exact temperature that you love accurately to the nut. In yesteryear's vehicle, you slide the bar. You have red and blue. Blue being, if the vehicle's equipped with air conditioning, that's the colder. Slide towards the red, that's the hotter. And you just find that sweet spot for you and leave it there. There you go. It all works the same, but different. It's kind of like car connection in the workshop. We do everything the same every single day, only different. And it's true. So, tires. We still have to check tire pressures with a gauge, or look at the light that's been flashing on your TPMS system, tire pressure monitoring system, like the light on your VCR flashing 12 for 5-7 years because you didn't know how to fix that. I see that with TPMS. Oh, so how long has that light been flashing on that right front wheel? A little while. Like, what's a little while in your world? To me, it would be yesterday. Came on yesterday. No, it was probably 4 months ago. There you go. So warning systems don't always warn you. People just go, oh yeah, whatever, Good thing you're not flying a plane or a helicopter or something that's in the sky. Yeah. You're just going, we'll check it another time, whatever. All righty. Know your limitations. I don't know your mechanical ability. I don't know what tools you have at home, whether you're going to try and remove something from your car with a saw that you would do woodworking with, or a hammer and a chisel that you would carve out a really nice piece of woodworking. I don't know what you have for tooling. I don't know your aptitude of mechanics. I don't have a crystal ball. It fell. Yeah, it broke. It was out of warranty. Yeah, I just don't make them like they used to. And magic wands, they're on back order. Yeah, they're not giving us a date on that either. So it looks like we got to diagnose stuff ourselves instead of, the crystal ball, magic wand. Boom, we got it fixed. Know your limitations. If it looks like it's going to be a rough go, then that's where you should say no. So I'm going to talk to the do-it-yourselfers that touch stuff that you really ought not to be touching. And I'll tell you a story. I had one coming. You had it coming. When I had my shop on the Hamilton Mountain, I remember this couple, sweet couple. And the husband, he was a great fella, nicest fella. And he was just trying to do his wife some, take care of her car. So he thought he checked the fluids. So he did. He topped up the fluids, got that all done. Then the brakes are coming on by themselves and locking the car up on the road. So you picture this. You're booting along, and then the brakes are locking up. And you're like, I did not touch the brake pedal. I didn't do it. Why are you locking it up? I didn't touch the brake pedal. I don't know. So this goes on, and then I get a call, and the husband brings the vehicle in. Wife takes the other car, whatever, to get to work. He drops it off. So I said, well, leave it with us. We'll see what's going on. So I make a long story completely short because it's like three sections. So the husband says, I don't know why the brakes are locking up. And right away I'm going, there's something contaminated in the brakes. So I go right to the brake master cylinder, pop the lid, stick my finger in it, and it's coming out stringy. Like, doesn't even feel like brake fluid. I go, can you show me the bottle that you filled? Did you fill this up? He goes, oh yeah, I topped it off. It was a little bit low. Yeah, it's in the trunk. He brings me a bottle of motor oil. I'm going, uh-oh. Because now he's contaminated the entire braking system. And how does that work? Now the brake fluid has motor oil in it. Everything in the braking system that has rubber seals or rubber is swelling up and causing the brakes to lock up. Yeah. So, and that's a lot of components. On this particular car, it had rear brakes were drum brakes, disc brakes on the front. They're locking up. So you have rubber flex lines, you have wheel cylinders, you have calipers, you have the proportioning valve, which controls the fluid flow to the rear brakes versus the front brakes. And then you got to flush all the lines out. So all those pieces have to be replaced and the master cylinder. So we do all that to the tune of I remember the bill, it was like $2,200. We spent 3 days on that. You got to pull all the lines off and flush them out completely with brake parts cleaner. And you got to make sure as a tech that those lines are spotless, because if there's any engine oil still in the brake lines, guess what happens? Same thing. It's going to contaminate, and then you're back to square one. So who pays the second time if we don't get it right? So we would have to flush 2 gallons of brake parts cleaner through all the steel lines, take them all off at both ends, blow the fluid through, blow air through there, and make sure not a drip of anything is coming out the other end. And now rebuild the braking system, proportioning valve, wheel cylinders, flex brake lines, which you have at the front and the back. It's crazy. So we do all that, and then he comes, he goes, my wife is going to kill me when she hears how much this is. So she came in with him, and she goes, how much is it? $2,200. I thought she was going to kill him. It was not pretty. In fact, I said, can we just take this out into the big boys shop and discuss that further? And she says, you're never touching my car again. Don't you dare touch my car. Well, wasn't a year. Guess what happened? He did touch her car. He topped up all the fluids, but this time we had washer fluid in the radiator, and we put motor oil in the master cylinder again. Yep, you're saying it. After $2,200, and he goes, did I do that again? I go, yeah, look, dip my finger in there. I said, this is not good. We can't save anything. He goes, yeah, the brakes are kind of chattering, like they're coming on, sort of coming on, and then off, and then coming on, and then one wheel locks up. He goes, you can't drive it. It's unsafe. He goes, my wife is going to string me up in a cherry tree. I go, well, at least it's going to be a cherry tree, a fruit tree. It's going to be nice. Yeah. He goes, no, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. I was not supposed to touch her car, and I thought I'd do her a favor, check her fluids, make sure she's okay. I said, what did you put in the radiator? Show me. It was a jug with no label on it. And it was green, but it was washer fluid. It was not antifreeze. So the radiator is foaming at the mouth. So that's all got to be flushed. The whole cooling system has got to be completely flushed, neutralized, because there's alcohol in there now. And yeah. And now the brakes again. And he's like, you can't tell her. And I go, I'm not getting involved in that. I'm just fixing the car. I said, I'll just pull the other invoice, order all the parts. We'll get this done. We'll try and get it done as fast as we can to save you some labor, because it is intensive. We gotta take the braking system apart completely and flush it again. So I leave that with you. So his wife then talks to me personally and says, tell him, do not touch my car, that, you know what, if it needs something, just bring it here. You'll do it, right? And I go, yeah, we'll check your tire pressures and the fluids and stuff. We'll top it off with our stuff so we know what we're putting in there. She goes, good. All right. So almost like $5,000 on the same car in less than a year. So do-it-yourselfers. if you're going to be checking fluids, that's one of the, I told you that story because you need to know what fluid you have in your hand and you need to know where it's going. So again, our YouTube channel, if you go right back to the first dozen videos, you'll find that I'm working on I believe it is a Pontiac Trans Am, and lots of room under the hood to identify the fluids, where they are, what they are, and what you put in there. You'll learn that. Simple as that. Guess what? Today's vehicles are set up exactly the same thing. Power steering, brake juice, brake fluid, washer fluid, radiator fluid, but fluid specific. So you need to know what you're putting in and where you're putting it in, and no guesswork. Guesswork will do that same story to you. You contaminate, then we got to flush it all out, all of it, and get it out of there and then reintroduce the right stuff. So if you're going to be doing tire pressures, read the sidewall of the tire, for Pete's sake. Tells you right on there what to set the tire pressures at. I don't personally go off of the door sticker or the owner's manual, and here's the reason why. Car manufacturers do not make tires. Tire manufacturers make the tires. The car does not know what tire it's being born with. It doesn't. The tire knows what it is and whose it is. Read the sidewall, go off that tire pressure. Because again, car companies do not manufacture tires. Tire manufacturers manufacture and engineer tires, and that's why the tire's information on it, on the sidewall. We have a video up on our YouTube channel for that as well, showing you what the heck is written on the side of that tire. What does it mean? What do I need to pay attention to? How do I find the tire pressure? It's there. We show you that on a video clearly, how to do that, and walk through all the numbers that you'll see on a tire and break it down for you. This means this, this means this, this means that, to give you an idea what all that gobbledygook on the sidewall tire means. So that's for you, the DIYers. You want to do some things that are good? Keep your car clean. Do the oil changes on time. Do not stretch your oil changes. If you want to be a really good do-it-yourselfer, be in charge of your fleet service maintenance. Organize it. Get it done. We're going to help you with that this month as well. We're shooting that video. All the cue cards and stuff are ready because I don't want to miss a single thing to tell you about how important it is. Major companies that I worked on their fleets save money by keeping those trucks going. And mileage doesn't mean anything. They run it till they're done with it. And then it may receive one more service, then that vehicle's coming out of the fleet and it's being replaced by another one. But they can't afford downtime. How do they make money? The fleet manager makes sure that the fleet are always serviced to the nines. Can't go out to it and go, hope it starts. I hope it steers. I hope it stops. No, they know, the fleet manager knows what units need to go in for service next. If you want to be a really good DIYer, you need to learn how to do that and look at your vehicle or vehicles as your fleet and manage the service. You will put so much money back in your wallet you won't even imagine. And you can pack the mileage on those vehicles like no tomorrow. That's nothing but a lie. You got to listen to the podcast on that one. That's just white noise from the talking heads for years. Oh, you got to get rid of that in a couple of years. You know, you can't go beyond 60,000 K. Well, that's a wonderful, expensive piece of junk you sold me. 3 years, 60,000 K. That's all it can do. Here's the keys. I don't want that. Get lost. No. So as a good, responsible DIYer, know your limitations. learn the fluids. Making sure that you have the right fluid in your hand going into the right component, because that will cost you a lot of money. So those are things you can save on. Making sure that the fluids are topped up, making sure that the tire pressures are right, because for every 1 PSI a tire is underinflated, you're losing 2% fuel economy. Did you know that? I know you know it if you listen to this podcast, because I've told you that in a podcast. I shared 8 fuel-saving tips. And if you want to sign up for the 30-day fuel savings challenge, which minimum will put $100 back in your wallet, then you need to email me, and just email me through carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, ccbusnet.com. Send me an email and say I'm all in. Let me know who you are, what you drive, and when we have 50 people signed up, we're going to run it. And then we're going to share the outcome to get other people fired up that, you know what, you can save a ton of money. You really, really can. If you have multiple vehicles in the house, if you can save $100 in fuel savings and do it, that's $100 a month times 12. That's $1,200 in your wallet. Sound good? Then email me. Let me know you're in. When we have 50 people signed up, we're going to run it, the 30-day fuel savings challenge. And you'll be shocked. It may even be more than $100. I'm saying right now 100 is the minimum. For many of you, will be put back in your wallet. That's a $1,200 raise right there. And if you have multiple vehicles and you're all in on the 30-day fuel savings challenge, what does that look like? What does that look like back in your wallet? Okay, DIYers. Do not get involved in doing things like brakes, suspension, steering, and even anything engine related or electronic related. If you do not know the road to get it done and get it done right, don't touch it. Just say the word stop. Don't touch it. You're going to get yourself upside down and sideways, and here's what happens next. You get yourself in trouble. You're working on stuff, whatever it may be, under the hood, doing your own wiring. You cannot cut any wiring today. You cannot do any cutting and splicing, adding this thing, that gadgetry, this, that, the other thing. You change the resistance in the electronic and the wiring, and guess what? Service light is a Christmas tree. And for us to fix that, we got to reverse everything that you cut, spliced, and change the resistance level in that circuit, and we got to get it back to normal. What is that going to cost? Well, if I get involved in repairs like that, here's what I would tell them. You want me to fix that? It's start the clock, stop the clock, pay the bill. Well, you can't estimate that? I have no idea how long that's going to take to reverse out what you've done. I have no idea. But it's got to be fixed, and the only way it's going to be fixed is for someone to say, you're going to pay me for my time, whatever it takes. That's the estimate. It's going to be less than $1 million, but more than $1. There's your estimate. And many times I'd open the hood and just look and look and look and go, I don't have time for this. Like, I got other customers I got to get in, get the service work done, and get it out. And I'd have to say, you know what? I don't have time to fix that. Like, that's going to pull me off other work that I can get in the door and out the door. This is a nightmare. You have created a nightmare. Like, this is car down because you shouldn't have touched it. You went beyond your limitations. And don't trust everything you see on the YouTubes. There's some good guys on there and there's some hackers on there. No disrespect, but know your limitations, whatever it is. I don't touch plumbing. Very, very limited on that. And I don't touch electrical in the house. And you know what? Your insurance will tell you, bad boy, you did that. You caused the problem. We're not paying. Who did this work? Yeah. So you can't. You got to have a licensed dude doing your plumbing, doing your electrical. If something should go wrong, the insurance isn't paying. So cars are the same. If you've added an accessory because you're a DIYer to your vehicle that the vehicle wasn't born with at the factory, and it causes an engine bay fire, and the insurance adjuster comes out and sees that, they're going to deny the claim. You're on your own. So that's why I'm saying, DIYers, know your limitations. If you have not done brakes or suspension and steering before, do not touch it. Just do not. Leave it alone. Leave it to the experts. Number 2, do not start cutting and splicing and hacking into wiring to add some kind of accessory. Do not do it. You want that new hi-fi set in the dash, you need to have a professional install shop that has a license, an installer's license, to put that unit in there, and then that saves you from, if something should happen and the car burns out, that you're not going to be denied the claim. So that's what I'm saying. Just don't do it. Because I've had stuff come in just this last year, and I look at it and I go, I don't have time for that. I can't do that. That's going to tie me up for days. I can't do it. And they're like, oh, come on, Motormouth, help me out. I go, I'm just being honest. I can't touch it. And you're going to go to a number of shops where they're going to say, well, if you want to leave it with me, I'll get to it when I can. And I helped a couple of fellows out that over the years would do stuff like that. And I'd say, you know the rule, drop it off and don't bother me. Don't call me on the hour, every hour. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? And I'd finally have to say, every time you call me, I set you back one day. Well, you're kidding me. I go, no, because you're pulling me off the shop floor to answer the same question that you called me and asked me 2 hours ago. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Look at what you did. I got to get in there and figure it all out and get back to ground zero. I say, leave it. If you want, leave it. And in an evening, I'll mess around with it. But during the day, I got to get the other jobs that are booked that I know I can get in the door, out the door, and get the car back to them. This one is a project. So that's what I would leave them with. In today's world, you do that with a shop that's busy, they're going to just say, I don't have time for that. I haven't got time to get into that and sort that out. If you want to leave it, we'll get to it when we can, when we have time. I can't guarantee you when, what day, what hour it'll be finished. If you want to leave it, I'll poke away at it as I can. So learning the basics and learning how to schedule your vehicle for maintenance and keep that baby running as long as you can. You want to be a member of the 300K club, 400,000 kilometers, 600,000 K miles. You got 2 vehicles, one's over 300, and the FJ is going to hit the 400,000 kilometer mark this year. It's going to be the 400K club for the 07 FJ. Do you see what I'm saying? It didn't happen by magic, 400K. Basic maintenance all the time. Stay on it. Schedule it. Get it in to the shop. Get it done. Want to be a great DIYer? That's your job. Being the fleet service manager and getting that vehicle scheduled to stay ahead of the repair curve. That will lower your repair bills. You'll pack the miles on like you've never seen before, and you'll have a vehicle that's still solid, even when you hit 400K and 600K miles. So I hope that helps you out. Don't mean to beat on the do-it-yourselfers, but you know what? I've seen so much heartache from someone trying to do something and making it worse. So you've got to know when to say stop. Even when I was learning as an apprentice, under a military mechanical instructor. He would teach us that. I would rather you say to yourself, I'm getting in a bit deep here. Stop, come and ask me. If you didn't, let me tell you, you could get a day off without pay to think about the mistake that you created because you didn't say stop and go and ask someone who knows. So be a good, solid DIYer. Take care of your automobile, but don't destroy it. Know where the fluids are. Know what fluids that vehicle's calling for, because that's the big thing today. Vehicles are fluid specific. Put something in that doesn't belong there, you've contaminated that system. And you can do that multiple times too. Absolutely. We want to say thank you to Crystal Ridge Dream Center for being our nonprofit, faith-based organization, serving men, women, single moms, children, meals twice a week, Tuesday, Friday. Lots of love, hope, after-school programs for the kids, mentoring, helping with homework. They feed them as well in the after-school program, and also to be loved on and taken care of. They have free music lessons there as well. Lots of programs for the kids, and there's a program specifically designed for single moms, changing lives one at a time in the Niagara region. When the times when community support is crucial, Crystal Ridge Dream Center shines as a beacon of compassion and transformation. Maybe there's some way that you can be involved there, be a volunteer, or be a monthly giver. You know, there's some place for you to actually say, you know what, I help them every month. How cool would that be? Thank you to Rainbow Motors, the brothers up in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, been part of Car Connection, our former radio broadcast, our live call-in automotive program, and they're with us here on the digitals as we are on YouTube and all the other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, iHeartRadio, and Stevensville on the web.ca. They are sales and service. They have a small car lot there. Rita and his brother Ramiz, they have resources to find that specific vehicle you're looking for. Some of the vehicles qualify for a aftermarket extended warranty, so you can ask them about that, but they will not sell you any junk. So sales and service that you can trust. Rainbow Motors and Garage for many years. So check in with the brothers at Rainbow Motors and Garage, sales and service you can trust. They take care of all years, makes and models, light truck passenger vehicles, as well as light commercial vehicles as well. So we're going to wrap it up there. And what are we talking about tomorrow? Well, let's see if I can find that. Yeah, I got a note here somewhere. Did I get a memo on that? Yeah, tomorrow. You ready? Why cheap parts cost more in the long run. We just shot a video on that. I ordered a headlight switch for the 97 TJ Wrangler. And I just thought, let's change up the headlight switch. It is 1997. I cleaned it, electronics cleaner, and it seemed to be, I wasn't amazed with it. So I went on the Jungle website. I ordered one. It was wrong because the description did not identify. It was a 7-pin switch, not a 9. And we needed a 9. So, okay, that's just a mishap in the write-up of the description of the light switch saying it fits Wrangler and Cherokee. And that headlight switch is in a ton of Dodges. Ton. But there's 7-pin and 9-pin. So I reorder it. And I nailed it. It's a 9-pin. Right out of the box, Skippy, my videographer, would tell you, we plug it in, turn it on, snap, from over the passenger side. So I go over there, I take the glove box lid out. Sure enough, fuse blew for the parking lamps. Well, we had lights before, but the switch was acting up, the original. We'd have parking lights, then we didn't. But we weren't blowing fuses. So I go over, I pull out the blown fuse, I put another one in, I go, well, let's try it again. As soon as you pulled it out to first stage, parking lamp, snap, right out of the box. So I go, that's it. I'm going to get the original and double check it, make sure it feels good, and I'll lube it with some electrical cleaner and I put it in, and lo and behold, it works 100% just fine. Does not blow the fuse. So that's what we're dealing with in the industry. We're going to talk about more of that tomorrow morning. So till then, keep it under 100. Make it a great Monday. Peace, patience, and kindness always, okay, out there. And drive safe. Leave the room for the road crew. They're not working purposely to make you late for whatever it is you're going to or coming from, heading for home. Be safe out there. Cut each other some slack. Be patient with one another. You don't know what's going on. We never know what's going on in the mind of the person in the other vehicle for the most part. The ones that dodge in and out of traffic with unknown speed limits, those people, they're just nuts. That's all. They're nuts. And so one day, their risk taking is going to not be good. Something's going to go wrong. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So don't drive like that. Stay away from those folks. Be safe out there. And happy, healthy motoring. And put that coffee on. Because we're going to come to your house.